So my phone broke. It broke specifically while making this video. If you couldn't tell, that was a video of where my brother dropped his phone and then it ran down the stairs and ran into his truck and drove off.
Damn.
So in the first long form video I've made in ages, I will be fully deconstructing my phone because I feel like it. And it's now that I realize I need to get better at filming my videos horizontally, because you probably won't enjoy this video as much watching it upright, but you watch enough YouTube shorts to be used to this layout, right? Regardless, the first thing I need to do is take off the case, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm just using a knife to separate the glue, and soon enough I'll have the case off. So let's cut to when I have that done. And with the help of video magic, I got that 2-minute and 32-second process done in 15 seconds. I don't know if you're hearing the noise that I'm talking about, but I hear a noise in the background that sounds almost like tires screeching.
I think it's the corners. It's making this difficult. And there we go. Here we go.
And finally, the big reveal, what it looks like behind the case. Anyways, the power button fell out while I was doing that. And here's what the back of the case looks like, if you care about that. Moving on, we got the back of the phone. There's not really much that I need to talk about here that isn't me just repeating what's on the screen, but I'm going to do it anyway to hopefully keep your attention. And again, I'm only doing this because it doesn't work already. I wouldn't recommend doing this to your phone.
That's why I think it's good.
Now, enough yapping and admiring the phone, time to start taking it apart even more. And I'm too lazy to go look for a proper Phillips screwdriver, so I'm just going to use my knife. And if you choose to use your knife for unscrewing any of the screws, please be careful. So I keep trying to unscrew this even though it's not really working, so eventually I have to actually go find a small screwdriver, and I'll cut to when I do that.
I'm gonna go and grab it. Okay, back again out of laziness. I don't know if
So I did finally find this one. It's a little bit too big, but it might work for now. So as you can see, it's not really going to do anything, so eventually I do have to find an even smaller screwdriver. And boom, a smaller screwdriver.
Perfect. This is the perfect size. I don't know how well this will work. Perfect, just fine. Because I stripped the screw.
And again, this is a 2-minute process cut down to 5 seconds. And this little panel is going to be really hesitant to come off, but eventually I'll get it off. Not only with the screws, but it has a bunch of little clips around it that holds it in place. And finally, it comes off. And I don't know why the copper looks like it's indented right there. I'm not entirely sure why it got destroyed. It's an old phone and maybe just a connection broke or something. But either way, it's not turning on. It didn't show any signs that it was charging, and I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't think it does, but I'm not an expert in computers. And the camera seems loose, so I'm fidgeting with it trying to get it out. But it doesn't move, and I'm pretty sure that's just for focus. Alright, here we go. I'm going to start taking out the battery. And this shouldn't be too big of a hassle, right? I just gotta take it out, right? Yeah, it takes forever. I'm gonna speed it up for you. Again, 2 minutes and 33 seconds cut down to 4.5 seconds.
I.e. what I did, which is what
Anyways, as you'll see shortly, I actually somehow ripped the, I don't know what to call it, the skin, the outermost layer of the battery off somehow. It's nothing to worry about, but it's still interesting that it ripped so easily.
There we go.
And 6.5 business days later, I finally get the battery off.
Cleanly as I expected.
Where to go from here? You can probably hear me say in the original recording that there's a sticky tape on the back. That's what ripped.
That's what I mean by I cut the battery in half, so I didn't actually.
I go on to try to, well, not fix, but make the sticky tape kind of look like it was normal again. Either way, here's the motherboard, or one of two.
The top half of the motherboard.
As you can see, that indented spot that I pointed out earlier is just empty space behind the copper. This video is probably getting too long, and I'd actually be surprised if I have any viewers that watch this long, which I'll see later. But I'm going to get on to taking the lower motherboard off. And once more, a 1.5 minute video cut down to 3.5 seconds.
Alright.
This little rubber piece fell off of one of the cameras, and I don't think it's actually still in place to this day. As a matter of fact, no, it's not. Here's the phone, and it actually popped out the glass on the camera. And back to the motherboard. Just like the top, these plates have these clips all around them that hold it in place, and I'm going to be a little bit more careless this time and take that right off. That's a magnet. I'm not sure what its purpose is for, but it's there. Moving on, I'm going to try to take out the lower motherboard. If you listen closely, you could hear me saying it in the original recording. I bent the motherboard, but that's okay, the phone is broken already.
That's fine. There's a charging port.
Finally, here's the two together.
Not as complex as I thought. There's a front camera.
And here's the naked phone. And good time or bad time, this is the time that I'm going to tell you that I completely lied. I'm not completely deconstructing the phone. This is as much as I'm going to do, but you're too far into the video to turn back now. Or are you? So then I start reconstructing the phone, but my camera turns off halfway through, so I'm just going to speed through that. So anyways, that's the end of today's video. Here's a potato for watching through the whole thing. Thank you, I really do appreciate it. And anyways, like the video if you liked the video, subscribe if you want to see more content just like the videos you liked, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.